Sunday, you planned your whole week. You had the vision, the list. You just knew you was about to do the dang on thing this week. And then Monday hits, followed by Tuesday rolling in on the same kind of energy. I'm talking about adulting, parenting, and lifing all at its finest because all of the unexpected things start to pop up on you and things just took longer than you thought, cost twice as much. And now it's left you in the middle of Wednesday feeling defeated and like the week is already over. Well, friend, all is not lost, okay? We can still reset from here. So I want to give you a quick framework to help you reset when the week is just not going as planned. You can still get the things done that are a priority to you without the guilt or feeling like you're behind. So let's really get into it. Friend, to know me is to know I love a good Sunday night session planning my week because I love Mondays. It feels like a fresh start. And I always feel excited about what the week can bring. I know exactly what needs to be done when I'm doing it, and I'm ready to go. But you know what? A life often has a whole other kind of plan because it loves to throw things at us from way out of left field. Or the things that you planned for, they just took longer than you thought that they would, or maybe they cost more, or just require more of you than what you originally planned for. And don't even get me started on adulting, parenting, and lifing doing its thing. It's no wonder you've been thrown off your game. And the old me, the way that I used to react when things like that would happen, I would give myself a hard time. I would make myself believe that I just didn't plan accordingly. I was poor planning. Or that I didn't maximize all the time that I had, every hour of the day, that I just needed to be pushing myself more to get more done. And that used to really mess me up even worse because not only did it leave me feeling behind, but then I felt bad about myself on top of it. And that is just no way to live through every week because life is going to happen. Things are going to show up and pop up on your calendar that had no business being there, okay? They did not ask for permission. But now here you are. And so I had to really learn how to grant myself grace for taking care of the things that pop up that needed immediate attention. And it also gave me a chance to really reprioritize because sometimes the things that I had said was a priority in the big grand scheme of things really wasn't a priority. So it helped me to get even more laser focused and locked in on what really mattered and what was truly a priority for me and not just what was on everybody else's list. So this is really going to help you with being able to reset without giving yourself the guilt trip or making yourself feel bad, but also to empower you to give yourself credit for the things that you've accomplished within the week. We're just terrible. Let's just be real. We're not very good at giving ourselves credit for the things that we do. And that's so often the reason why we don't feel like we've accomplished enough because we ain't even acknowledged the things that we've done up until this point. So give yourself credit for handling the things that just pop up on you. And you have handled it like a boss. So give yourself more credit for the things that you've actually done to get you this far into the week. And now you can reset and recalibrate and have yourself in a much better position to do the things that really are important to you. Just before we move on, I want to just call this out because that feeling of falling behind or failing the week already lies. Just straight up lies. We often make up arbitrary timelines that are not real timelines. So just pay attention to what has a true, actual, real deadline versus one that you just magically assigned. Because sometimes we are giving ourselves a hard time behind something that is purely a preference, okay? And you're not behind. That plan that you made in the quiet of a chill Sunday evening is very different than the real life that's happening come 8 a.m. on a Monday morning. It's so easy to plan out this beautiful, uninterrupted plan when real life often does not function that way. So do not give yourself a hard time for life happening upon you versus what you perfectly curated on a piece of paper on Sunday night. So I just wanted to throw that little caveat out there because as a high performer, I know how hard we can be on ourselves and thinking that we're supposed to handle every single thing perfectly. And if we said it was going to be done Monday at 10 a.m., if it's 10:02, we're not happy with that. So really just recognizing that that feeling or thought of being behind, it's not a final verdict. It's really just a signal that is letting you know it's time to pause and recalibrate so that you can move forward and utilize the best of the time that you have left to accomplish the things that really truly are a priority. Now, I love me a good reset, and Wednesday is always a great day to do it. Even if you were having a week and Monday and Tuesday, they did go according to plan, but sometimes by Wednesday, we're already feeling like we done been through, we done been around the world and ay. Listen, sometimes by Wednesday, friend, it's been a lot going on. So this is a good time to pause and recognize what do you need to refuel yourself, to replenish yourself? Is there a way that you can give yourself the break that you need, even if it's 15 minutes of meditation or getting a good walk in or connecting with a friend just to catch up or talk through some of the tension that you've been feeling this week. So, even just having that connection with someone can easily release a lot of the pressure that may have already built up this week. So, not just taking care of your priorities, but you are too one of your priorities. So, making sure that you are taken care of, that your needs are being addressed. And I really cannot stress this enough, friend. You got to be in the top three of your priorities because it is so easy to center everyone else except yourself. And that is the fastest way that leads to overwhelm and burnout. And we ain't doing that around here. So definitely use this time to not just hit the reset button on your priorities and the things that you want to do, but also making sure that you have the energy to be able to show up in the way that you want to throughout the rest of this week. And the beautiful thing about a reset, I know I'm talking about a Wednesday here, right in the middle where our energy can take a dip, but you can really reset any moment that you need to. I know I love me a good Monday because it feels like a fresh start, but you can hit that reset button and have your fresh start anytime that you need to. So if you feel like the week is getting away from you or things are not on track, that is just your sign. That is a signal to you. It's time to pause for the cause, rest, recalibrate, recenter yourself, get grounded again, and take your next step from that place. I know that there can be a lot of things going on all at once. It can be very, very high paced. And that can easily drain your battery, especially if you've been kung fu fighting with all of the things that's randomly popping up on you. So make sure that you have some resources for yourself, some ways that you like to rejuvenate yourself. Sometimes I just need a shower. Let me have my shower. Let me light a candle. Let me just have my moment to refresh, recenter myself. Sometimes just being in the shower and letting the water rinse away all of the stress, the pressure, all of that chaotic feeling that's mounted up really does help me to release all of that. And then I feel like I'm ready to go at this thing again. And friend, sometimes that is the best thing that you can do for yourself. So, what is that thing for you that really does help you to feel like you've had a reset and you feel refreshed so that you can continue to be that high achiever that you are, but do it from a place of your overflow, not from being run down and barely surviving on fumes. So make sure that you've given yourself credit for all of the things that you've creatively found a solution to this week, even if it was not a part of your original plan. Give yourself some credit and take a look at the things that you had prioritized for the week and just give a little reevaluation because maybe it's not as much as a priority as you thought that it was on Sunday. Maybe in the light of the week running full force, it's given you a new insight that maybe there are some things that can be shifted to next week or another day. So, grant yourself that flexibility to be able to move things around. And for the things that really are a priority that definitely have to get done this week, make sure that you have blocked time on your calendar to take care of those things and really truly honor that time. Does it really need to be handled this week? Does it really need to be handled by me this week? That is a very important question that I ask myself regularly. Does it need to be me who does this? It may still be a priority, but does it really require you to be the one to do it? Maybe you need to delegate that to someone else. Maybe that's something that there's a paid service that can handle that. Or maybe there's a free option that will do just as good of a job, but it doesn't require you to be the one to actually execute it. So take a look at what you have listed as a priority and just see where that truly belongs because maybe it doesn't belong in this week and maybe it doesn't belong on your plate. So, keep those things in mind as you go through and reset for the rest of the week. Because by the time Friday rolls around, you want to end Friday feeling good about what you accomplished this week, the things that came up out of nowhere that you took care of, and be proud of the way that you handled yourself, not just with the things that needed to be taken care of, but the way that you handled yourself in the midst of all of that, and how you took care of yourself to make sure that you had everything that you needed to be successful this week, and no longer feel like you're behind or feel guilty for everything not going according to plan, but having that sense of allowing things to happen and unfold in the way that they are meant to, and knowing that you are going to show up with your best each and every time. So make sure that by the end of the week, you feel proud of yourself for how you showed up, what you accomplished, and the way that you continue to handle things as you go. Friend, you are doing so much more than you are often giving yourself credit for. So that needs to be a really big part of your reset. It is you embodying the things that you've accomplished so that you can feel good about yourself and everything that you're doing. When we are the ones who are constantly on, everyone may not always give you the pat on the back or the recognition or acknowledgement that you might be looking for, but you have the ability to give that to yourself. And when you give it to yourself first, when anyone else does that for you, it's a bonus. It's not something that is a need for you that you have allowed to dry up, honey. So, I hope that this reset has really served you. Okay, friend? Let me give you a journal prompt really quick, okay? All right, here we go. What is one thing I told myself I had to finish this week that I can release? And what is one thing I handled that was not even on my plate that I deserve credit for? Yes, friend, give yourself that credit, girl. And tell me in the comments. What did the week try to do to you this week? And what is one thing you are locking in for the rest of the week? Friend, I want to celebrate you and continue the conversation in the comments. So I will make sure to meet you there. Friend, I hope that you love this video just as much as I loved making it for you. And listen, to know me is to know I love myself so much. I don't play about me. And if you hang out with me long enough, you will love yourself so much that you won't play about you either. Okay, friend? I'll see you in the comments, and I will be back tomorrow in the next video. So I'll see you then.